Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to FMSCOUT. It is RDF, and in this video we are going to be talking about some new features that Football Manager 2021 have released. We are going to be talking about the beta, who gets the beta and what the beta is about, and we are also going to be talking about the release of Football Manager 2021 mobile. To read more about these features, you can always head over to FMSCOUT's website, where you can go to the new section, and here we have the Football Manager 2021 new features. We also have the early beta access explained, the release date and plenty more. But the first thing I am going to touch on is the Football Manager 2021 new features. Now, we have already covered new features as Miles SI on Twitter keeps releasing new mini features as the week goes by. We feel we should then update you guys on these new features that they have been releasing. Now, the first thing I am going to touch on is the penalty pressure. Before entering a shootout, you will now be able to see your players' body language, allowing you to get into the mind of your players before selecting them for that all-important penalty shootout. Now, I feel this is a nice little feature. It's got greens here, obviously displaying that it's a positive thing, and I'm guessing these little purple patches here are displaying a little emotion. Maybe that person can be a little too nervous to take that penalty. Now, in Football Manager, there is new objectives. They have put in new club vision objectives to make the experience more unique from club to club. So depending on the club, you will be getting some new unique objectives to suit that club. Now you can make your new signings feel a little bit more special. In Football Manager 2021's, they allow you to instantly assign them to training focuses, train new traits, and assign them to set piece duties. Another nice feature for the user interface. The next one is potentially a big one. Now there is a definition to the defensive width. When you are setting your defensive width, you now see arrows, and there is a little better description of the defensive width. They've also changed how they've worded it on the interface. Now it's force opposition out wide or force opposition inside, and you will see the arrows obviously indicating how your defenders will act. For me, that is a big one. Not a lot of people understood what defensive width was. Now this is a better and more clear understanding of what that instruction actually means. Now the next one is for those who are into the graphics side of the game. Here you can see Miles has turned himself into a football manager on the game. He's designed himself very well. It looks very similar to him. So they have now worked on the new gen faces, the region faces, making them look a little bit more better. Some of them actually look young, which was a little issue for me. Some of my regions in game looked like they were like 30, 40, which obviously did take away some realism from the new gen. The next feature are for the new players who are going to be starting at Football Manager 2021. Of course, for the experienced players, you won't really notice this or use this feature. But for the new players, now there is a little icon where you can ask for tell me more if you still don't understand a certain thing about the game. The next little new feature is that Football Manager 2021 brings clearer news, advice and interaction around suspensions. So now you can warn a player pre-game that he's just on 1 yellow away from a ban. So now not just in-game, so when a player in-game got booked, before you can tell them calm down, don't get another yellow. Now when the game is 1 yellow away from suspension, you can actually tell them before game, hey, please do not get another yellow out there, just don't get booked. You can see here the Football Manager tweet actually just says don't get booked, don't get booked, don't get booked. So obviously now you can set your players some clear instructions before games. Another new feature for those who watch the game, especially in 3D, you will now notice that certain players won't celebrate against their old teams. So I'm guessing if a player scores against his ex-team who still has that team in their favoured clubs, that player then won't go on and celebrate if they do score. Another feature, now you can view a player's goals and assists as well as match ratings per position to get a better idea of what suits them best. That is another FM21 new feature. I'm not exactly sure, they haven't actually put in how they're going to implement that into the game, but it is another feature to look out for. Another little feature in the game, so if a player is close to reaching 500 appearances, to say just for an example, just before that 500th game starts, in the team talk you can now tell that player it is a special day. So again, another little unique interaction that Football Manager 2021 has added into the game. It seems like player interactions are getting a big upgrade in Football Manager 2021. And the last little feature I'm going to talk about, which actually is a little exciting, again it just adds some realism to the game. You can speed up a player's decision making, so if you've offered them a contract, you can ask that player to speed up their contract decisions. That is obviously useful if another team is coming knocking on the door for your player. It is perfect for the crazy deadline days, yes it is. That is a feature I'm probably going to use on the release date just to test it out to see how it plays out for me. The next thing I want to talk about now is the Football Manager 2021 early beta access. So basically the beta access of the game isn't a demo, it will be a game or a version that is very close to the final game. You will be able to access this game around 2 weeks from the game actually being released. So the game is supposed to be released on the 24th of November. The beta version is supposed to be out on the 10th of November. The beta is only accessible to those who have pre-ordered Football Manager 2021. So if you haven't pre-ordered it, you already know where to go. Over on the FMSCOUT website, you can order this game. You can pre-order it for a discounted price, 29% cheaper than the Steam store. I would heavily advise, if you're going to pre-order it, then pre-order it from FMSCOUT. The game is not a demo, it will be the pre-release version of the game, so you'll be able to play the game as much as you like, and once you save that game in the beta version and the actual release comes out, you will be able just to simply load that game. Once the actual FM21 game gets released on the 24th of November, this will be an automatic download, you don't have to do anything. In the beta, all game modes will be available, including network games and the fantasy draft mode that will be available to play. However, if the game does prove unstable, the online mode will then be disabled with a new patch. The save games will be compatible with the final game like I explained. The game will automatically update to the final version like I explained, and one main limitation is that no pre-game or no in-game editors will be allowed on the beta version of the game. And now the very last thing I want to talk about is the Football Manager 2021. You can now reserve this game whether you're on Android or if you are on Apple. You can pre-order this game now. Now, if you're addicted to Football Manager like I am, I always have FM Mobile when it comes out. It's just a nice little game when I am on the go. I play it a lot, and maybe, just maybe next year, I will also do some Football Manager 21 videos. So you can let me know in the comments if you would like to see that, if you are a Football Manager mobile player also. But the main new features in this game will be the licensing updates, with fully licensed Canadian Premier League joining the Mexico and Argentinian entering as playable nations. You can pre-order this game now, like I said before, in the App Store or in Play Store. But that is it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Stay safe. Peace.